Think about the last decision you regret. A message sent too fast, a reaction you wish you could take back, an opportunity you avoided, a relationship damaged by pride or fear. In that moment, the decision felt right. It felt justified. It felt necessary. It felt true. And yet later, it felt like a mistake. This is the paradox most people never question. If feelings are trustworthy, why do they create so many regrets? Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire surrounded by war, betrayal, and uncertainty. Yet he reminded himself daily not to trust the first impression of any event. Seneca warned that anger is temporary madness. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by events, but by our judgments about them. The Stoics did not deny emotion. They distrusted its authority, because feelings feel true, but they are not designed to be accurate. And the moment you stop treating feelings as commands, you begin treating them as signals. The cultural myth of trust your feelings. From childhood, we hear the same advice: follow your heart, trust your gut. If it feels right, it must be right. It sounds empowering, it sounds authentic, it sounds human, but it creates a dangerous confusion. There is a difference between feeling something and being guided by it. Emotional awareness is valuable. Emotional authority is risky. Feelings were never designed to make complex life decisions. They were designed to react quickly to perceived threats and opportunities. Fear keeps you alert. Anger prepares you to defend. Desire motivates action. These reactions are fast because they were meant for survival, not strategy. In the modern world, however, survival decisions have become life decisions, career choices, relationships, financial risks, long-term commitments. And when survival reactions make strategic decisions, instability follows. The Stoics understood this deeply. They did not say, ignore your feelings. They said, examine them before obeying them. Because the most dangerous decisions are not the ones made without emotion. They are the ones made entirely because of it. Feelings are fast predictions, not verified truth. Here is the shift most people never learn. Your feelings are not facts, they are forecasts. Every emotion you experience is your brain making a rapid prediction about reality. Fear predicts danger. Anger predicts injustice. Jealousy predicts threat. Anxiety predicts failure. But predictions are not proof. They are guesses. Your brain makes these guesses using past experiences, memories, insecurities, and biases. It prioritizes speed over accuracy, because for most of human history, reacting quickly increased survival. If you heard a noise in the forest, hesitation could be fatal. If you sensed hostility in a stranger, caution could save your life. Speed mattered more than certainty. But in modern life, speed often creates distortion. A delayed reply feels like rejection. Constructive feedback feels like criticism. A neutral expression feels like disapproval. Your brain predicts danger because it prefers false alarms over missed threats. This is why feelings feel convincing. They arrive quickly, they arrive strongly, they arrive without evidence, and what arrives first often feels most true. The Stoics trained themselves to remember one powerful principle. The first impression is not the final judgment. Emotion makes the prediction. Reason must verify it. Emotional distortion. How feelings bend. Reality. Once you understand that feelings are predictions, a deeper truth appears. Different emotions distort reality in different ways. Fear magnifies risk. Anger magnifies disrespect. Jealousy magnifies threat. Insecurity magnifies failure. The emotion you feel determines the world you see. When fear rises, neutral situations look dangerous. When anger rises, neutral words sound hostile. When insecurity rises, neutral silence feels like rejection. The world did not change. Your interpretation did. Seneca warned that anger makes intelligent people temporary fools, not because intelligence disappears, but because perception becomes distorted. Emotion narrows the lens. It reduces complexity. It simplifies nuance. It pushes you toward immediate conclusions, and conclusions made under emotional distortion often lead to regret. Think back to moments when you were certain you were right, only to realize later you were reacting emotionally. The Stoics did not try to eliminate emotion. They tried to prevent emotional distortion from becoming action, because distorted perception creates distorted decisions, and distorted decisions create unstable outcomes. Reason widens the lens again. The speed trap. Why fast feelings feel so convincing. Your brain is built for speed. Emotion arrives in milliseconds. Reason arrives in seconds. That gap changes everything. When a feeling appears, it feels urgent because your nervous system is trying to protect you. Urgency creates pressure. Pressure demands action. Action brings relief. Relief feels like correctness, but relief is not the same as accuracy. This is the speed trap. Fast reactions feel right because they reduce discomfort quickly. Yet the faster you act, the less information you consider. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to slow this process. He would pause before accepting an impression and ask whether it deserved agreement. That pause disrupts the illusion of urgency. It allows context to return. It allows perspective to expand. It allows reason to enter the conversation. The Stoics understood that time weakens emotional certainty. When you wait, the emotional intensity fades and new information appears. Speed creates conviction. Delay creates clarity. The Stoic discipline of examining impressions. This is the turning point of Stoicism. The Stoics called it examining impressions. Before accepting what you feel as truth, you investigate it. Epictetus taught that the first task in life is to learn to separate what appears to be true from what actually is true. This is the moment where emotion stops being a commander and becomes a messenger. When a strong feeling appears, the Stoic asks, what exactly happened? What am I assuming? What evidence do I have? What might I be missing? These questions create distance. Distance weakens emotional urgency. Urgency weakens impulsive action. Impulsive action weakens regret. Most people never examine their impressions. They feel, they assume, they act. The Stoic inserts a new step. Feel, question, understand, decide. That small addition changes entire lives, because once you question the first interpretation, you reclaim authorship over your decisions. Consult your feelings. Don't obey them. There is a mature way to relate to emotion. Not suppression, not surrender, consultation. You do not silence your feelings. You listen to them without giving them the final vote. Anger may signal that a boundary was crossed. Fear may signal that preparation is needed. Anxiety may signal uncertainty. Desire may signal value. But a signal is not a command. Imagine running a company where every alarm dictates strategy immediately. Chaos, alarms inform, leadership decides. Marcus Aurelius did not eliminate emotion. He practiced ruling over it, not violently, but rationally. When you consult your feelings instead of obeying them, something shifts. You become curious instead of reactive, measured instead of impulsive, strategic instead of emotional. You still feel deeply, but your decisions become deliberate. This is emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is stability. Reason is not cold. It is protective. Many people fear reason. They believe that choosing logic over emotion makes them distant, robotic, or detached. But reason is not the enemy of emotion. It is its guardian. Reason protects you from acting in anger and regretting it, withdrawing in fear and missing opportunity, speaking in pride and damaging trust, deciding in insecurity and reinforcing weakness. Seneca did not argue against feeling. He argued against slavery to feeling. There is a difference. When reason leads, emotion becomes aligned instead of chaotic. You can still feel anger, but you respond with discipline. You can still feel fear, but you move forward carefully. You can still feel attraction, but you evaluate wisely. Reason does not silence the heart. It stabilizes it. It ensures that today's emotional storm does not become tomorrow's permanent consequence. The Stoics understood that a life ruled by emotion is volatile. A life guided by reason is consistent, and consistency builds strength. The replacement, from reaction to examination. Real change does not happen by removing emotion. It happens by replacing a habit. Most people live by an invisible formula. I feel, therefore, I act. Stoicism introduces a new formula. I feel, therefore, I investigate. That single change rewires behavior. Instead of reacting to anger, you ask what triggered it. Instead of obeying fear, you ask what risk exists. Instead of trusting insecurity, you ask what evidence supports it. Reaction seeks relief. Examination seeks truth. Truth produces better decisions. Better decisions produce better outcomes. Over time, this replacement becomes automatic. The pause becomes natural. The questions become instinctive. The reaction becomes optional. And the life shaped by examination becomes stable. Emotional maturity, feeling deeply, deciding wisely. Emotional maturity is not the absence of feeling, it is the presence of guidance. A mature person does not feel less anger. They act less impulsively. They do not feel less fear. They retreat less quickly. They do not feel less desire. They commit more carefully. Marcus Aurelius felt frustration, grief, fear, and doubt. His writings prove it. But he refused to let those emotions decide his actions. That is the difference. Immature emotion demands action. Mature emotion requests consideration. When emotion stops issuing orders and starts offering input, your life stabilizes. You stop oscillating between extremes. You stop repeating avoidable mistakes. You stop letting moods determine direction. Emotion becomes part of the decision, not the decision itself. And this is where true stability begins. Feel deeply, decide slowly. You do not need to silence your feelings. You need to slow them down. Feelings are fast. Life decisions are long. When fast signals decide long outcomes, regret appears. Stoicism offers a different path. Feel the emotion. Pause the reaction. Examine the impression. Choose the action. This is not suppression, it is leadership. Leadership over impulse. Leadership over interpretation. Leadership over direction. Trusting your feelings may feel authentic, but trusting unexamined feelings is surrendering control. Emotion provides the signal. Reason provides the direction. And when reason leads, your life becomes stable.